the definition of a appreciation, man. You know, because not many people are willing to put themselves on the line like that for people, man. Like I said, where does it say? I believe it might be in Corinthians or Romans. This is Romans 5, and God, this is Romans 5 and 6. For when ye were yet without strength, in due time, Yahawashi Mashiach died for the ungodly, man, which is who? The elect. Not the ungodly, the heathens, or a blatantly wicked person that is not changing from his ways. That's not what it's referring to, man. Okay? It's talking about the elect. Because we were all sinners. Even in all our righteousness, we're still as filthy rags. Okay? But the point is that Yahawashi died. Right? For scarcely for a righteous man will one die. Yet peradventure for a good man, some would even dare to die. You know, and to put your life on the line, your reputation for a man, that's like a form of dying, man. Because people start looking at you and be like, oh, you're with him? Well, fuck you too. You can go to hell with him. That's what the enemy says. You be rejected, you know, because you're cool with that person, because you stood up for that person. That's what Yahawashi did for us, man. He put his life on the line, man, and he paid the ultimate price. You know, because why? Because Yahawashi, they love the elect. They love that remnant. You know? So how much more us, man? Like I said, it's rare that somebody in the world will even do that. You know? And there's been many times where I was delivered in certain situations by individual men that I didn't even know. I don't know who the hell they were. But out of nowhere, they just popped up and never seen them again. Never ever seen them again, man. You know? But if somebody does that, man, you know, that it's received with gladness. So just imagine how Yahawashi and Yahweh are up in heavens, man, and they're looking down, smiling at us, man. Why? Because we're doing exactly what they said to do. They're seeing us, and in return, what are they doing? Like, man, I'm gonna grant that brother. I'm gonna grant my son more power. I'm gonna grant him more faith. You know? That's what they're doing, man. I remember a long time ago, man, I had a dream. But I still don't really understand it. But I believe in the Greek tradition or Roman tradition that they had, somebody was giving a certain sword. Let me bring it up real quick. A form of victory. Salakia, brothers. I forget the name of that sword, but let me look it up before I say anything. But brothers, just bear with me, man. I remember one of the elders, one of the brothers actually brought it up regarding the sword, that a victor or somebody that would receive exemption from death, they would receive a sword. brothers know, you know, y'all can comment on the video, man. My brothers, just bear with me, man. Okay, Khan, I found it. Beautiful. Tawada Yahawashi Yahawashi. Okay. I'm gonna read this first, and I'm gonna tell you the dream that I had many years ago while I was in the truth. It says the Rudis, R-U-D-I-S, the Rudis Sword of Freedom. A Rudis is a wooden sword received by a gladiator who achieved earning his freedom or in retirement. Who was the first one to receive that? Yahawashi. Okay, was Yahawashi not a gladiator in the spiritual sense, right? Are we not soldiers for Yahawashi Mashiach? Was not Yahawashi a soldier for Yahweh? Okay, it says it was carried with him as proof of his ascent from slavery, and that he was now a free man. Man, that's beautiful. I haven't thought about this in many years, man. But I remember it was an elder, a brother, that brought this sword out regarding, it had to be in the Romans. Yeah, because the gladiators. So, but regarding this, the Romans, and the gladiators in the Colosseums, that they would receive this wooden sword as a token of their deliverance, as them being freed. Okay? Well, many years prior to that video, I had a dream that I was on my dad's front porch. Now it's completely different, this front porch. But way before, when I actually lived there with my grandparents, you know, my grandpa and my grandma, the front porch, the floor was made of wood. Okay, that old wood, and you can look through the cracks and you can see through, you know, it's dark, but right beneath, not too far, is the ground, right? Well, Yahawashi was there. Okay, I can't really remember seeing his face. I don't want to say that he was a white man, but he wasn't full-blown dark. Okay, but I knew it was Yahawashi was there, and I was standing next to him, and he was standing at the edge of the porch, and he had a wooden sword, and he had it pointed to the heavens, and he had a knife, and he was going like this. He was like sharpening the wooden sword, and the wooden shavings would fall, you know. And I didn't know what that meant. I don't know what that means to this very day. I'm just sharing it because I was talking about how when Yahawashi and Yahweh are up in heavens and they're smiling down on us because we're doing what we're supposed to, we're pleasing them, that in return they're granting each brother certain blessings, man. Gifts. Say, I'm gonna give this brother, I'm gonna increase this brother with this. I'm gonna give him a little bit of this. They're rewarding you, man. Spiritual gifts, you know. But there's no coincidence that I had that dream and the brother brought this out, man. Okay. Not saying that Yahawashi was a gladiator. I mean, a Roman. He's not a Roman. But it all goes through it's in all through the spirit, man. Okay. It says the ex-gladiator now referred to as a Rudis was now free to retire or seek other employment, man. So this man had to fight his way out of slavery. Is that not what we're doing? But in the spiritual sense, in the aspect of Yahawashi Yahawashi, man, that we all know as the defense of the gospel, you know. Yahawashi Yahawashi, man, they're beautiful, man. It's everything that's been going on in my whole life, whether it be bad or good. It's all through the glorifying of Yahawashi Yahawashi. Okay, and it's a learning experience. There's no coincidence that these things go on, man. Okay? It was carried with him as a proof of his ascent from slavery, and that he was now a free man. And Yahawashi is a free man. Death couldn't hold him. Death couldn't keep him. You know? And that's what we're all fighting for. We're fighting for the same thing. But the difference, as far as like Yahawashi knew these things as well. But now we have him written, the Comforter, telling these things through Yahawashi. You know? We're about to be free. You know? But that sword is called the Rudis Sword of Freedom. Okay? It is the Roman Rudis Sword of Freedom. It says, it was a two-edged blade. In my dream, it was a two-edged blade with a point at the end, you know, with a long point. The blade was slightly wasted. It had a scabbard made of wood, leather, and tin that hung from the right side, you know. And it says, later swords used by the empire were still referred to as the gladius, but only superficially resembled them. Okay? So Yahawashi, man, that's what they're doing. They're pouring out blessings. Yahawashi got that sword of victory. Now he's like the scriptures say, he's whetting his sword every day. He's angry with the wicked every day, man. And he's whetting that sword to use it to deliver his elect and to slaughter you 2/3 Negro Latinos and Native American Indians and you fucking heathens, man. Okay? All because of what? Because of your unrighteous dealings, and because we're standing at the defense of the gospel, telling you this is the truth. Have I become your enemy because therefore I tell you the truth? Therefore I tell you the truth because now I've become your enemy, man. You know? So that's what we're doing. We're doing the same thing as Yahawashi, man. You know? Find that good fight of faith and ultimately receiving salvation. But to them, it's an evident token of perdition. As it said in Philippians 1 and 28. And in nothing terrified by your adversary, which is to them an evident token of perdition, but to you of salvation and that of the Most High. For unto you it is given in the behalf of Yahawashi Mashiach not only to believe on him, but also to suffer for his sake, having the same conflict which he saw in me, and now here to be in me. See? And that's plain, man. You know? I'm going to finish this one up in Romans 5 and 8. But God commanded his love toward us, and that while we were yet sinners, Yahawashi died for us. Much more then, being now justified by his blood, we shall be saved from wrath through him. For if, when we were enemies, we were reconciled to God by the death of the Son, much more, being reconciled, we shall be saved by his life. And not only so, but we also join Yahweh through our Lord Yahawashi Mashiach, by whom we have now received the atonement. Okay? So I'm going to bring out this one, since I brought up that sword, man, that came to me back to my mind. This is Deuteronomy 32 and 40. For I lift up my hand to heaven, and I say I live forever. If I whet my glittering sword, and my hand take hold on judgment, I will render vengeance to my enemies, and I will reward them that hate me. I will make my arrows drunk with blood, and my sword shall devour flesh, and that with the blood of the slain and of the captives from the beginning of revenges upon the enemy. Rejoice, O you nations, with his people, for he will avenge the blood of his servants, and will render vengeance to his adversaries, and will be merciful unto his land and to his people. So Yahawashi said he's going to whet his glittering sword, man. Okay? And he lifted up his hand towards heaven. Okay? Bearing witness. What does that mean when he lifts up heaven? He's bearing witness to the truth, man. He's making a promise, a covenant. Okay? That word whet, W-H-E-T, means to sharpen. And he's going to pay vengeance back onto the adversary and deliver the elect, man. What does that mean? That they're going to be blessed. Blessings are going to be poured upon them and cursings upon the enemy. This is Psalm 7 and 11. Yahweh judgeth the righteous, and Yahweh is angry with the wicked every day. If he turn not, he will whet his sword. He hath bent his bow and made it ready, and he hasn't turned back. That's why he told Jeremiah, pray not for this people, man. You know, we ain't praying for you. Like your churches, all you people, y'all be praying for everybody, man. Y'all be praying for these corrupt politicians, the president. That's not gonna work, man. Why? Because Yahawashi already said, pray not for this people, man. Yahawashi, he didn't, who the world literally called Jesus Christ, he didn't pray for everybody. Show me in the scriptures that he prayed for everybody. And don't use John 3:16. You can't prove it. Okay? Why did he say that? Because his people are wicked. This is a wicked, perverse, faithless generation, man. You know? This Bible ain't for everybody, man. It's like right now when I was speaking what I was speaking, you had an Issachar right there, stopped right in front of me on the bicycle. You know? All tatted up, big, you know. Look, you know, he can take care of himself. But he didn't like what I had to say, what he heard. So what did he do? He rode right up the block, which is good, but it just shows that this Bible ain't for everybody, man. Ain't for the mighty. It's for the base things, the lowly, man. You know, people consider me still as a, you know, I'm a short guy, you know, and they think they can do whatever they want, talk to me however they want. I gotta let them feel it sometimes right here, for them to recognize, to know, you know. But that's what the Most High, he's chosen. He ain't choosing mighty men. Who did he choose after King Saul? King Saul was with great stature, broad and wide shoulders. He looked like that man that won. Like, hell yeah, that's that motherfucker right there. He's gonna, you know, he's gonna get down. You know? But then when King Saul or the prophet Samuel went to anoint King David, he told him not to look at the outer appearance, because King David was ruddy, man. You know, he was a little strapling. You know? And Yahweh told him, don't look at the outer appearance, but with the inside man. The inner man is what counts. That man had more heart. King David had more heart, man. You know? King Saul didn't. He was waxed in pride, man. He waxed proud. Okay? That's what happens to a lot of dudes. Even you got little guys that are proud as fuck too, don't get me wrong. Pride ain't what's the word? It don't discriminate, man. You know? So it says back in Psalm 7, he hath also prepared for him the instruments of death. He ordaineth his arrows against the persecutors. See? He made a pit and digged it, and is fallen into the ditch which he made. His mischief shall return upon his own head, and his violent dealing shall come down upon his own pate. Just imagine, man, someone violently hitting you right on top of the crown of your head, man, with the axe or a hammer. That will stun the shit out of you, man. To the point of death, though. You know? That's how these missiles are going to fall upon some people, man. Right on top of their heads, man. Missiles. You know? I don't know how much them things weigh, but tons. By the ton, a ton of weight is going to land upon your head, man. Literally. They're talking about that ICBM missile, that fervent heat. It's going to destroy you, man. It's going to vaporize you right before you stand. Or even if you crouch down in the fetal position, it's like they show you in the book of Terminator Judgment Day. You know, you had the mothers that curled up and used their body as a shield. It went right through that, man. You're dealing with power now. Yahawashi. You know? But the Yahawashi, he has pointed up his sword into heaven, man. You know, bearing witness. He is the truth. And we're just doing the same thing. This is Daniel chapter 12, verse 5. Then I, Daniel, looked, and behold, there stood on other two. And there stood Daniel 12 and 5. Then I, Daniel, looked, and behold, there stood other two, the one on this side of the bank of the river, and the other on the other side of the bank of the river. And one said to the man clothed in linen, which was upon the waters of the river, how long shall it be to the end of these wonders? And I heard the man clothed in linen, which was upon the waters of the river, when he lifted up his right hand and his left hand unto heaven, and swear by him that liveth forever, that it shall be for a time and times and a half, that when he shall have accomplished to scatter the power of the holy people, all these things shall be finished. Okay, so again, they're bearing witness of the truth when they lift up their hands towards heaven, man. Okay, so all these things have to be accomplished. Okay, they point their hands up towards the heavens, man, upward, bearing witness. Okay, and that's what Yahawashi be doing, man. Yahawashi, they bear witness to the truth. They give account, man. Okay, just giving proof on that. When they lift their hands up to heaven, man, it means something. Okay, there's another one. It was with Jacob, if I'm not mistaken. Either Jacob or Abraham. When Yahweh they made a promise. They made that promise unto Abraham, I believe. Genesis 22 and 15. And the angel of the Lord called unto Abraham out of heaven the second time and said, By myself have I sworn, saith Yahweh, for because thou hast done these things and hast not withheld thy son, thy only son, that in blessing I will bless thee, and multiplying I will multiply thy seed as the stars of heaven, and as the sand which is upon the seashore, and thy seed shall possess the gates of his enemies. And in thy seed shall all the nations of the earth be blessed, because thou hast obeyed my voice. See? So again, swearing by the heavens, man, which is a looking upward, lifting up of hands, man. Okay? And that's what Yahawashi is doing. That's what we're doing. You see certain brothers, you know, when we're speaking, we're not only shaking the hand or pointing the finger, but we lift up our hands to heaven, man, bearing witness to the truth. Okay? So I want to go back and finish up 2 Timothy 4 and 2. It says, Preach the word, be instant in season, out of season. Reprove, rebuke, exhort with all long suffering and doctrine, that for the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine, but after their own lust shall they heap to themselves teachers, having itching ears, and they shall turn away their ears from the truth, and shall be turned unto fables. See, and that's what's going on, and that's a true saying, man. You can't say that that hasn't happened, and it's not going on in this very time today. You got people everywhere believing in their own doctrines, man. You know, coming up with newly God's created, you know, worshiping this new thing, worshiping this new man, this new woman. You know, they're all delusional, schizophrenic, you know, demon possessed. That's the truth. That's why we preach in and out of season, man, because the day of the Lord is hastens quickly, man, and we ain't got no time to waste. We're on a time schedule, man. And it's not our time schedule, it's the schedule of Yahawashi. That's why he's waking up all brothers simultaneously, man. All those brothers are everywhere. from South America, Central America, Mexico, America, Canada, Alaska, Hawaii. You got brothers all through this Western Hemisphere that are preaching, man. Scattered. Little sanctuaries, man. And you got brothers in Europe. You know? It's of no coincidence, man. The prophets of the Lord are back. Okay? And they're preaching and sounding the trumpet, warning you of the coming destruction, warning you from Yahweh. Because Yahweh is coming with mass destruction, man. While everybody else wants to laugh about all that, you don't know what he's talking about. No, you don't know what you're talking about, man. All right. This is Ezekiel 11:16. Therefore say, thus saith Yahweh, our power, although I have cast thee far off among the heathen, and although I have scattered them among the countries, yet will I be to them as a little sanctuary in the countries where they shall come. See, and that's what we all his brothers are, as little sanctuaries out here in Babylon, man. You know, like I said, you got brothers in Alaska. You got the brother in Alaska, one camp. Then you got the brothers in Canada. You got the brother of war, and then you got the other brothers where they have the multiple brothers in the camp. Okay, you got brothers here in America, camps all over, spread out through all the states, basically. Then you got brothers in you got the brother in Hawaii. Okay, the two brothers in Hawaii, one camp. Okay, you got three camps, or you got the brothers in Mexico. I don't know where the older brother is, where he's at, but I know the other brother. I don't know if he's still preaching, but I believe I just recently started seeing his videos be re-uploaded over there in Sinaloa, Mexico. So you got brothers, everywhere, man. You got the brother in Costa Rica, Bolivia. The other brothers that are over there, I believe that how you pronounce it, Guhana, not Guhana. It's over there in South America, though, man. Right north of South America. Okay. Who else you got? You got the brothers in the islands. Okay. Everywhere is encompassed of the Spirit of the Lord, man, on Great Babylon. Okay. It's of no coincidence, man. But watch 2 Timothy 4:5. But watch thou in all things. See, but watch thou in all things. So we're watching in all things, man. Being circumspect. Watching for the prophecies to be pushed out. It says, but watch thou in all things, endure afflictions, do the work of an evangelist, make full proof of thy ministry. And that's what we're doing. We're making full proof of our ministry. The lot that Yahawashi has given us, man. To the point of no return. You got to have that mentality, man. I can't return back into the world. Okay? But bearing witness to the truth, man. Holding the testimony of Yahawashi, man. That he came in the flesh. That we lie not. This is Revelations 19:10. It says, I'll start at verse 9. He said unto me, right blessed are they which are called unto the marriage supper of the Lamb. And he said unto me, these are the true saints of the Most High. Okay? Why? Because you went out to the world, man. You testified. You gave testimony. You were that monument, Mount Zion, which proved that he exists. That's what Yahweh's name means, man. He exists. He is. And I fell at his feet to worship him, and he said unto me, see thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant, and of thy brethren, that have the testimony of Yahawashi. Worship Yahweh. For the testimony of Yahawashi is a spirit of prophecy. Okay? So that's why we come out of the book. To the law and to the testimony. If they speak not according to this word, there is no light in them. Okay? The light represents what? Truth. I'm reading that one out anyways. I'm gonna read it. Because that's what it goes back to, man. You know? I'm gonna start up though. In Isaiah chapter 8, verse 16. Bind up the testimony, seal the law among thy disciples. So the disciples, which is the word disciple, means a student, right? Someone that's learning under a teacher, right? Receiving tutelage. Okay? It said, bind up the testimony and the law among the disciples. So the true men of the Lord are the only ones that have the true testimony of Yahawashi, man. Okay? It says, and I will wait upon the Lord that hideth his face from the house of Jacob, and I will look for him. And that's what we're doing. The scriptures say, seek and ye shall find, pray and ye shall ask, ye shall receive. You know? I'm giving testimony of my own experience. Back in 2001, I've made videos and spoke about it a few times. 2001 is when I set up a prayer. You know, I was like in my early 20s. And I set up a prayer to Yahweh. I said to the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Because I was there at that time not knowing what the name was, man. I wasn't believing that the name was Jesus anymore. I was starting to say Jesus, Yeshua, Yahweh, I was saying all these names in my prayer because I needed to be heard, man. I was sick of suffering. I was suffering all the time, hurt, you know. And 2001, I sent up that prayer, and I did exactly what King Solomon said. He asked for wisdom, man. He asked for the truth. He didn't ask for no riches. He didn't ask for that shit. I was suffering. I was poor. I'm still poor. But I was even more poor back then, man. I didn't have shit. But that's not why I was looking for the Lord, man. I was looking for the Lord because I needed to be a void filled up in my heart, man. 2001, I sent that prayer up, man, outside my window. You know? 7 years later, answered my prayer, man. Verifying that my prayer was heard. You know, people are like, oh, I asked a prayer, and then the next day, boom. No, man. That's not the way it always works. It can, and that's beautiful. But it's even beautiful in itself, the way Yahawashi had it happen for me, man. Because it wasn't just, I didn't receive an item. I didn't receive a tangible gift. It was a spirit that I received, man. Because I saw the brothers on the highways and the byways, man, starting with Man Up Jacob. When GMS Dallas class, or GMS Dallas disciples, whatever, they were known as Man Up Jacob, man. And all you brothers that have been in this thing for a long time, y'all know what I'm talking about. When they were preaching outside the mall, man.